Like are you saying 5 deep without him?
I was saying 5 deep.
You're scaring me. I'm like, did I not watch the game right? Is he like? I literally was like, is he there reacting to like, what is this idiot talking about? I'm like, did I screw something up?
I was just saying 5 deep because normally they're 6 deep, and Kevin McCullough wasn't playing. But I guess technically they go 7. But
wow, 6 deep is generous.
Well, I mean, in terms of minutes, they play Elmarko and then they play Timberlake.
Well, that would be 7 deep then, wouldn't it?
And that's what I said. I go 6, maybe
Missouri
7.
plays a lot of guys, but
okay.
Missouri plays a lot of guys. They're
I didn't say they were good. I'm just saying there's dudes out on the court.
Between how whether a team is deep or just has a lot of players. We heard Bill Self say in the Open, he's usually quite candid, particularly when he's talking to Gurley after the game. He goes, "Don't give out a player of the game for this. Even the worst games, somebody has a leading score." He goes, "It doesn't mean they were good." He said, "You lose by 29, you don't have any bright spots."
Well, I think Bill was tired of watching it.
I think he probably will. Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to walk halfway out here on the court and just invite you to send me home so I don't have to be a part of this anymore.
Good. I can just go sit back and
What's the combine barefoot height?
What is he listed at? 6.
Oh, they list him at...
List him at 6'7".
6'7", okay.
I think probably 6'5.5".
That's what I was going to say. And so...
Usually shade about an inch and a half off any big man.
I think he's a great energy player. He clearly works well within the offense. He averages double digits, but he's just not long enough to get on the glass.
No.
And he doesn't shoot. And so this is the one, I mean, listen, it starts with the player, Zach Clemens, and how he could be, wasn't he top 50 when he came in? We're going to play like 7 guys. And somehow in the offseason, the idea was that this kid needs to redshirt.
We look at this team and think, we got enough big guys here. We got enough bigs. We'll get what we need. I'm with you.
I mean, listen, Bill Self has forgotten more about basketball than I will ever know. He'll probably get everything put together and figured out when it's all said and done. He was 73rd nationally, 18th at his position, 3rd in the state of Kansas. He was a 4th. I mean, I just, I struggle to figure out how that he couldn't have been helped for this team. It's a little baffling. They do make up for the fact that they can't rebound by not being able to shoot. And, that's a lethal combination. If you're not going to get on the glass and get possession of the ball.
Go ahead and miss 35 shots.
Go ahead and, just throw it in the air. See what happens. 3 of 16 from 3, 17 of 52 overall. I mean, Texas Tech does pride itself on its defense. They do have kind of a jumping jack guy in the middle who clearly, I think you saw, bothered Hunter Dickinson in this game. When you're Kansas and you consistently, even the kids who can't play are top 100 kids or top 150 or top 200 kids, and it shows the margin of error of it, making it all come together as a team. I think it also shows the importance of being able to shoot the 3.
Yes.
Because Abaji really stepped up his three-point shooting. Christian Brown could shoot for that team. DeJuan Harris, just like today, continues to yes. Look, it went in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's ugly. Oh, it went in.
But last night, 0 for 3.
Remy catch fire.
In that tournament, he was huge.
That's one thing I don't think this team has is a guy that you're just going to go, unless Timberlake suddenly learned something last night going, whatever he went, 2 for 4 from 3.
That's what I will say is if there's a positive, it said Elmarko Jackson and Nick Timberlake played 20-plus minutes. Elmarko was 0 for 2 from 3, but he was 3 for 3 from inside the arc, hit a free throw, got a few fouls on him, 3 or 4.
4. Yeah.
4 fouls, which meant he was invested in the game. I mean, I don't remember him just being
wandering.
Well, I don't remember him just being standing there picking his nose and then reaching as a guy went by.
Right.
But Nick Timberlake did knock down 2 of 4 3-pointers. That's been his MO. I assume when you come into a program like Kansas, one of the most historic buildings in all of college basketball, you'd be a little wide-eyed. Might be a little faster. You're stepping up the level of competition. I felt all.
Thank you and good afternoon. As I promised, we would go over the Jayhawks for our fans. Now let's go through them on a video today and also a podcast. And then we'll touch all the pictures. And then on the podcast, we'll just do the podcast. Jayhawks struggled tonight. Let me go over that first. before we get into hearing A10. Had a hard time following one game with another in back-to-back games. Let me give you some examples. TCU played them a game that they should have lost in January, but coming back into the next week, that January, KU lost to UFC, University of Central Florida, probably a game they should never have lost, one of the biggest wins in UFC history. And then losing to Kansas State last week, and then beating Baylor, and then losing again to Texas Tech to follow. Kevin McCullough was banged up and he did not play. And also, Juwan Harrison Jr. was banged up on Monday. And when they would have probably lost anyways, playing okay, they can't get their butts and play 2 good games in a row. But also, they look at this difference. They get a win, they could win the entire tournament, just like the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Missouri is 0-10, and K-State is under 500 conference play, and KU fans are whining over a 5th seed. Maybe sometimes your team is just not national championship or Final Four. That's Sam Vaughn Sports.